Hi, I'm Rachel Nguyen, and I am new to Bella Vista as an English teacher. I joined the staff on the second day of school, so it's been a little bit of catch up for me, but I am excited to be here, and I'm really enjoying meeting the students and staff. It's a wonderful school. Little background about myself. I have 15 years of teaching experience in the Sacramento region in English language arts. I have taught in South Sacramento, in Rancho Cordova, and in Folsom. But most recently, I have been teaching at the California State University, Sacramento as an instructor for the College of Education. I've been a university supervisor, and then I also taught academic literacy, which is a class for English teachers, learning how to teach English in their training. I've also been a trainer for the Sacramento County Office of Education, specifically in expository reading and writing curriculum, ERWC. I've been a curriculum developer for ERWC as well. And I recently earned my master's degree in language and literacy with a focus on reading difficulty. I did my thesis in the fall of last year on the California Dyslexia Guidelines. I created modules for the teacher educators to use across the branches of the credential program. Students and I have been working through our course goals. I'll show them here to you. These goals align with the Common Core standards for English language arts. They focus on understanding the rhetorical situation in literature and in expository texts. And they focus on being able to evaluate and write arguments, as well as engaging in critical discussion. So we're building all of those skills in reading, writing, and speaking and listening. Our curriculum will be the school adopted California collections in 10 or 11, depending on the grade level, and the ERWC modules that we work in as well. So we will do approximately 2 ERWC modules. We are currently in one in both English 10 and English 11, and we will integrate those themes with stories and essays and texts from the California collection. With each module, I do provide a module overview that will have the objectives, all of our texts, the formative assessments when they are due, and also the summative assessments. My policy is that formative assessments are practiced and not put into the gradebook as a score, but they provide feedback and initial kind of ballpark score for students to know how they're doing. And then summative assessments, that's like the performance or the race. That's what's going to go in my grade book. So I let students know well ahead of time what the summative assessment will be. And all of our work within a module or unit will build up to that summative assessment. So students will keep all of the work that they're doing for the assessment so that they have all the support they need. We'll work really hard, bell to bell, every period, so that students have all the support they need to be successful in the summative assessment. The outside work for my class, besides completing the summative assessments, are personal inquiry logs, which I require 1 per quarter. In each personal inquiry project, students do 10 hours of outside reading, and then they do a personal inquiry project report. They choose from the format, so students have selected their topics on their formats already, and those will be due at the end of the quarter in October. Assessment and grading. So this school has embarked upon an exploration of grading for equity by Joe Feldman, and I was excited to read the book as soon as I joined the staff. I have done point scales in the past, and I think they are more effective in showing how students are progressing than total points situations. So a point scale will show you in a grade book for every assignment, it's either a 4, 3, a 2, or a 1. And the 4 equates to A, the 3 to a B, the 2 to a C, and the 1 to a D. That way, instead of kind of seeing, oh, it was out of 20 points and they turned it in, so they got 20. I don't know how they did. I just know they turned it in, right? That kind of shifts the focus to the student's actual progress. All of the point scales will be applied to the standards. So the categories of reading informational texts, reading literature, writing arguments, writing narratives, writing informational text, and speaking and listening. In my professional opinion, the language standards infiltrate my rubrics on these areas. So to keep it simple, I don't want to double score students on language. I want to make sure that language is infiltrated into everything. And then additionally, you will see 2 more categories, formative assessment that will not have a weighting, and citizenship that will have a score but will not have an academic weighting. So those are the categories that you will see in my gradebook. You will notice that I don't have much entered in yet, just a few completion tasks. We did complete our first essay a few days ago. I'm waiting for a few more to come in and should have the grading in by this week. I did an initial writing fluency assessment and put the scores in for that, but that is entered in as a formative assessment because I don't want to grade students before they've had a chance to practice and perform in my class. So that will give you an initial picture of where students are in my assessment, and then as I grade our first assessment, which was a letter representing the rhetorical situation. It was an argument letter. You will start to see the strands entered in for that. You'll notice that for each strand, which connects to that category, I will put a score. That's to show you how students are doing in each category. I really want to be so clear in communicating student progress. And instead of seeing kind of one bulk score for an essay, I want you to see how I broke that down and scored it, so I'll enter it in that way in the gradebook. As we know, the past year or so has been very difficult for students and teachers alike, but I'm really concerned about student success, the student experience in the classroom, and that students have everything they need if they find themselves needing to stay home because of the ongoing pandemic or other reasons. So if your student is out, I have made it clear on my course syllabus and in my Google Classroom that everything they need for instruction will be posted on the Google Classroom. I have a post for the slides that I use every day all semester. Each of those slides, each day is clearly labeled with the date, the agenda, the warm-up, the objective, and all of the instruction. So you'll see all of that on the Google Classroom on the instructional slides post. I have been showing students where they can find that, and if students need more support in accessing those slides, they can just let me know, or you can let me know. Anything that I'm collecting, I also post on the Google Classroom. I like to keep it there so that it's easy to see the student's body of work, their portfolio. So if a student was out and I collected something, that collection will be on the Google Classroom. So students can be out for 5 days, 10 days, whatever is mandated by the attendance office, and not skip much from the class. I understand it's not the same as interacting with their peers and with me, but I think it's the best we can do right now to make sure that they are able to manage their schedule, manage the agenda and what we have accomplished that day, and do that work on their own while they're waiting to return. Thank you so much for viewing this presentation. I have a link to a Google form, which I will also post on my classroom and on the other places you found this link. You'll also find these slides if you want to click back through them. I just wanted to talk to you myself and share this information. Please, please, please email me anytime. I think our relationship together is so valuable because you know your student very, very well. I am their biggest fan, so I want to partner with you to support students and see incredible growth this year. Thank you so much.